Okay, at this point you have learned about vertices, vertexes. You've also learned about the lathe, the edit mesh, and how to put in walls in there and different things like that. And the proboline and the bowline and some lighting. And you've been doing this all with either the block or something like that. So what I'm going to show you now is another way of making a really nice room or house and importing it into 3D Studio Max. So the first thing we want to do is load up Revit 2015. If you do not have it, you might want to download it so you can easily create something with it. What's great about Revit is everything is exact to scale and exactly the way it needs to be. In other words, the height of the windows, the width of the doors, height of the doors, everything is exact. So what we're going to do now is do architecture template, and you will see that it will open up. Now, right here we have our north, our south, our east, and our west. And so we're going to draw in this area, okay? Because these show us our elevations. But right now, we're not concerned about that. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and choose wall. Now if you notice, it says here it's unconnected, which is fine, but we want it to be only 10 feet. And it will change to the 10 feet right here as well. So you can change it here or you can change it here. Once we do that, we're ready to draw our walls. However, right now it just says basic wall generic. What we want is if you scroll up, you will see that it says brick on CMU because we want it to be brick outside. Now, when you go to start drawing your walls, you want to make sure and go clockwise. If you go counterclockwise, all your brick will be on the inside and not on the outside. So let's start off, and we are going to draw a wall that is approximately 60 feet in length. And we will go ahead and draw another wall. Let's go ahead and if we want to do another 60 feet in length. And then we're going to go ahead and you can see where it lines it up. So now we've got a perfect square here. And it shows that it is 60 feet. Okay. Now this is great. So what we're going to do now is put our inside walls. Our inside walls do not need to be brick. So what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down to where it says 4 7/8 partition 1 hour. The 1 hour means it's a burn rate. It takes 1 hour to burn that wall should it catch fire. So we can use our dimensioning here and we can go ahead and say, well, we want our walls to be 10 feet from there. So now we have our walls here. We could go ahead and measure out again another 10 feet if we wanted to. So we could simply just put a room here. We could also go out another 10 feet and put the room here. Okay. We could also do another 10 feet, but we can also do it from this side and go ahead and mark it here. And we can also mark it over here to be 10 feet. Then if we want, we can go ahead and just do the middle. And we know that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rooms. And they are 10 feet by 10 feet, which is what? 100 square feet. So then we're going to go ahead and put a hallway here. And we're going to go ahead and put our hallway probably about 4 feet 6. And let's go ahead and make it measure up here. And we're going to make it probably go about here and then run all the way out. Okay. We are going to make the hallway another room. Let's go ahead and make this a banquet room. Okay. And if we want to, we can make it only 12 feet. Go ahead and send it here. We are going to need to make another hall that lines up right here with this one. And so we're going to make this hall that goes through here, and we're going to make sure it goes all the way down. Okay, and we can go ahead and take this one out to here. So now we have what is called a grand room, small rooms, and another small room here. We could go ahead and measure if we wanted to here, or we could go ahead and start over here now and do some measurements. And you can see where it will go ahead and want to line it up so we can have it symmetrical, and it will want to line it up again. And we can probably come over here and try to line it up again, or go ahead and make it in the middle. Make this a larger room here. Okay, now we could probably go over here and just join this area here. Okay, and let's see if maybe we can't go ahead and possibly just put this about right here so we can make this room. Okay, now we've got rooms in here and a grand room, so we could go ahead and now put a door in there. So let's go back, let's go to doors. If the door that you want is not in here, then all you have to do now is come over here to families. Okay, and we can go to doors, and we can look and see. This is a very nice door here. So let's go ahead and put the door here. Okay, and let's go ahead and perhaps we want to put the door over here, and perhaps we'll put a door here. Okay, and on these other ones though, we want to go ahead and put the regular standard small door. Okay, and we'll go ahead and just stick doors in here because you're going to want to be able to open them and go through them. Okay, so we're just putting doors in here, and I'm doing it rather quickly just because I'm wanting to show you the effects. Okay, so now we're going to put a door here, and we'll probably wind up putting another door over here. Okay, so now that we've put doors in there, let's go ahead and put some windows. So now we could do windows. Say, well, yeah, those are okay, but I don't prefer those. So then we're going to come over here, scroll down, and then we're going to look at some windows. Wow, those are really nice. Okay, so we could look at the different types of windows that are in here. Okay, I really like that. That looks really nice. Okay, let's see if there's any other kind we might like. Some are nice, some are just so-so. I like this one. So then we're going to go ahead and tell it okay. Now if we look at it, we are going to place our windows in here. Okay. And then I want to show you what happens to your windows depending on how you place them. I placed two of them in a fashion to where it will not be correct. So then I'm going to put in a few more. And I'm putting these windows in. Am I concerned about the height? No, because the program will automatically put them at the height that they really need to be. Okay? Now, these two windows, this one right here and this one right here, you will see that they will be placed wrong. So now that we've got windows in there, we've got doors, let's go ahead and put some furniture in there. So we're going to do component, load family, and let's just look around and see if there's anything that we might want to put in there. Okay. Something that we would just want to put in there. So let's see if there's a furniture system. Okay, there's cubicles, there's counter space, there's different things that we could put in there. Okay, or we can just simply do furniture. Let's do seating. So now we can come over here and say, oh, well, there's a sofa and there's another sofa. So let's say that we want to go ahead and place a sofa here, place a sofa here, and we're just placing these sofas. Okay, we're not really concerned as to where we're placing them. Because this might be a dorm or it might be something like that. Um, and so now we can go ahead and look and see if there's anything else here that we might want to put in there. Okay, let's go ahead and go back to our components. Okay, and we could add more in there if we wanted to, or we could go ahead and just simply keep going. But I wanted to show you this now. Okay, so now that we have our components and things in there, okay, let's go ahead and put some tables in there. I'm thinking about tables. Let's see, a dining room table, because I want to show you something that's pretty cool about this. Let's say this is a restaurant setting. Okay, and so let's just say that we decide we wanted to put some tables in here. All right. So we're kind of staggered them out, okay? So now we've got some tables in here. Now, here is the trick. Pay close attention. If I come over here and I tell it to save, it's only going to give me the floor plan. Okay? But what we want to do is go to View, and we want to do 3D. There's our 3D house. Now you can see that these two windows are the ones I put in, and I put them in backwards, right? So we won't be able to use those too much. So now let's go back, because now what I have to do is take this one and I have to reverse him. Take this one and I have to reverse him. Okay, now I can go back, do my 3D. My windows look great. There's my sofa, my tables. It's all drawn in 3D. So now what I want to do is I want to come over here to the big letter R, and I want to tell it to export CAD format DWG. And it shows it here. Whatever you see here is what's going to export. So then you tell it next, and then you show a location where you want it to be. Okay. So I will put it over here. I'm just going to put it somewhere. Okay. And I'm going to label it Office Building. Okay. And then I'm going to tell it okay. Wait till it gets done. It is processing. Now it's done. I can go ahead and close out this one and say no, do not save it. I can go and open up my 3ds Max. And now the magic begins. Okay, so the 3ds Max is opening. Okay. Now I have my 3ds Max with my main window. I can come over here and tell it to create. So now I can come over here now and I can say import. Okay. And then I can come over here, go to my file, go to where it was, And there's my building. Tell it open. And you'll see all this listed. You want to make sure and do the lights, the sky, the views, and cameras. Okay? And then when you tell it okay, watch the magic. There we go. Our camera's there, and it's spotlighting it. Now we can move it, zoom in, and look, all your furniture is in 3D. You can modify each piece individually if you wanted to. We can also flip it around, and we can look at our couches. Let's zoom into our couch. Very nice. Look at how nice our door came in. Even the glass panels, the door casings, everything came in. Okay. Here's our hallway right here. Here's our door. Here's our main door right here. If we were to rotate it, we could look inside our room and see our tables sitting there in the restaurant area, right? Because this is our restaurant area. Okay. Now you can see the size of our square is right here. This is drawn exact to scale. The walls, everything. Okay. So if we were to move this up, we could look at it and it would be really nice. So then, let's say that we've liked this. We can click this and we could look at the render. And of course I have a low quality render on here. Okay. I do not have a floor in here. So one of the things you'll have to do is to put a floor in because your floor is not there. Okay. So that's one of the things you will have to do. But it saved you all this time, okay, from having to do all the other stuff. Okay. So we could actually zoom out here. Okay. Then we could probably come over here with a box. We could start it on this end here. And we could do our box here. Okay. And we could probably make the box for the flooring. Or we can make it this way for the flooring. And now we have a floor in there. Okay, so then we could go ahead and look at the large one. Okay. And what we did is we did not select the 3D one. So now we can look at the large one and let's rotate it. And now we can see we have a floor in there. Okay. We could also come over here and we could add lighting. You could do standard lighting if you wanted to, right here. Or you can do pneumatic or standard. So then we can do a spot or an omni, which the omni means that it is basically over all of it. Okay. And so there, you have lighting, camera, everything.